It's Riddle and Riddle Friday Night Rivals presented by the University of North Carolina. And tonight, the Centennial celebration game. Cary and Apex from Wake Med in Cary. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Patrick Johnson, Jay Sonalder. We'll hear from Madison Little coming up in just a bit. Well, a lot on the line here tonight. This big rivalry, the 100-year anniversary since these two first started playing football against one another. An exciting atmosphere here at the stadium. But both of these programs, Jay, are really looking beyond tonight because they feel like a victory can really jumpstart their respective seasons.
Yeah, this is a great way to start off your season with momentum. A rivalry victory in this setting. Both these teams feel like, hey, if we get off to a good start, this can really take us to the next level throughout this season. They're excited about their potential this season.
Let's take a look at our stars to watch. And, Sonny, we're going to start with Nick Grenna, the quarterback for the Imps.
He's the leader for Cary. He was an all-conference wide receiver as a sophomore and switched over to quarterback. And he's one of those guys, they depend on him all throughout the ball game, but especially in big play situations. He can throw the ball deep. He's an outstanding runner as well. We'll see him running in between the tackles, and they use him in the zone read, getting out on the edge and letting him use his athleticism. And over on the other side for Apex, they've got a star junior in Kyle Holtz. He's a big kid. He's got a strong arm, and they're going to take shots with him down the field. They spread things out with their spread attack, try to find open lanes for him to throw the ball, but he can use his legs as well, and he's one of those two-way dimensional players that provides a big impact for the Cougars.
Keys to the game time, and Sonny, there's so much emotion in this game, you've got to harness it.
The turnover margin will be huge for both teams, but that's been the focus area for Cary coming to this ball game, to protect the ball and then take the ball away. And then they want to come out here and play fast and physical with a lot of passion, but that also means limiting your penalties and getting off to a good start. Over for the Cougars, they want to be dominant along the offense and defensive line. They feel like they've got a good group up front on both sides of the ball, and then special teams is always a critical part, especially early on in the season.
Back for another season patrolling the sidelines for us on FNR, it's Madison Little.
As the Apex and Cary communities fill these stands, excited to see their teams play. Down here on the field, the players are locked in. As if the Old Wake rivalry didn't come with enough pressure, tonight's game marks 100 years since these teams first met. And they agreed that the anniversary, combined with the fact that it's week one being played here at Wake Med Soccer Park, it feels that much bigger. But they've been prepping for this game all off season. And Cary's quarterback, Nick Grenna, told me it's forced his group to lock in that much earlier, and he's ready for this battle. He says, every time I think about this game, I can't feel my legs. And guys, his team's energy and the energy of this crowd is evident. And it all starts when we come back right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Friday Night Rivals, Wake Med Soccer Park, Cary, Apex, 100th anniversary of the first meeting between these two. And the Imps won the toss. They've elected to receive the first taste in this rivalry as head coach for Apex alum Rob Frank, who was calling the plays last year.
Yeah, for him, he was on staff last year in the past, know these players well. What an opportunity for him to start his career in this rivalry game, and he was a star player for the Cougars, and now an opportunity to lead his program.
And intense in the pregame. On the other side for the Imps, they're being led by Coleman Tyrants, who went to Apex's first 2 years before finishing up at Gibbons and then on to Western North Carolina to play defensive line. He is in his 5th year as the head man of the Imps. Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. Into the end zone it goes, off the leg of John Kern. So much for that concern area for Apex. That was one thing that Coach Frank said he was worried about because they had not got a lot of live work with special teams, but who needs it when Kern puts it into the end zone?
Yeah, good way to down your opponent, and that's something that was a focus there. He talked with us about a good start for the Cougars.
Now there's Nick Grenna coming out, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. As Madison noted in our open a second ago, the excitement, so we have to have belief. We're going to set the football on this near hash. It's the Cary sideline, and the Imps come out with Grenna with a back behind him. He hands it off on the first play, and it's a good push on first down. Positive yardage for the Imps on the first carry. Riddle and Riddle starting lineups. Riddle and Riddle when justice counts. Sonny Grenna, and he has some pretty good targets out there, including his brother, Eric.
Yeah, and Steven Spivey, Korn, Grenna, and David Achimpong. That O-line led by Tyler Evans in the middle.
Evans played every snap of last season. There's a keeper from Grenna who gets wrestled down, taken down by the sophomore Jackson Hunter. Riddle and Riddle lineups defensively for the Cougars, who were 5-5 a year ago, allowed 23 points per game. Moving on, Cary is a name that's familiar. And this is a group that is going to have to be ready to go at almost all times, because if the Cougars are able to succeed with what they want to do offensively and get a lot of passes in the air, run tempo, they theoretically will be out on the field for more possessions, and that's a good push on third down, and it'll be enough for the first. So our air experts, heating and cooling and plumbing, first down. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
And Tony Stevens, the senior, Coach Coleman Tyrants, talked with us about his potential this season. Their top running back, they're going to lean on him. He was out last year with injury, and what a big getting him back healthy. They've already fed him the ball twice.
Here's Grenna to the air. It's incomplete at the 40. Wanted to work it to Jalen Spivey. Great two-way player for the Imps and a track star, but he could not lay out and make the catch.
And Spivey receiving interest from NC State, Clemson, and he's great in that triple jump out on the track, and looking for him early on an out route.
So 2nd and 10. Grenna with the delayed handoff, kept it in the breadbasket and then pulled it back, and then he got swallowed up. And again, it's Hunter, the sophomore, in on the stop.
Well, Hunter already making 2 tackles, doing a great job flying into the backfield, getting off the block and just swallowing it up, and now forcing a 3rd and short for the Imps. He has good get off the line of scrimmage, using his hands and gaining with leverage.
Grenna with Tony Stevens behind him. Pressure being put on by Hunter. Grenna pushes the pass ahead. It is caught, 45-yard line. So a gain of 16 and a first down, but we have a marker. They were in hot pursuit on Grenna. Not only did he have Hunter coming after him, but Chase Hart also out there. So this is taking a moment to be talked over to see how it's adjudicated. Looks like it's going to be a first. The play's going to stand. It'll be a 15-yard pickup. We're still waiting for an explanation.
Nick Grenna getting away from the pass rush. That's where he can use his legs to be dangerous, whether he's running it or just extending the play, looking down the field, trying to make a throw.
Coach Frank communicating with his coaches upstairs. He seemed to be pleased with what they were discussing. Boy, this is taking a while.
It's a lot of discussion on this one.
Well, they've already moved the ball up to where it was completed. So I'm just wondering why we're having this lengthy of a discussion if it's the play stands. An explanation coming the way of Coleman Tyrants. He doesn't seem happy. So both head coaches don't seem pleased, Sonny. So I guess
They're going to move the ball back.
Okay. So they are going to say he was beyond the line.
Granted, let's see if he crossed over the line of scrimmage. There's the pressure from Hunter on the backside.
Can't really tell from there.
And they're going to replay this down. So it's back to 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 12. Brenna steps up. And it's bobbled at the 45. Tried to get it to his kid brother, Eric. Made a nice move to give himself a throwing lane. Put it in the window, but the sophomore couldn't hang on.
Yeah, really good job from Taz Clayton coming through to dislodge it and provide pressure as Grenna was manipulating the pocket. The Imps right now staying out on the field. Will this be a quick kick? Or are they going to go for it here? Grenna can punt the ball.
Well, he handles those punting duties for them.
No return man back for the Cougars. And there he's going to back up. This is going to be a punt.
We're going to have a flag. And I think that's going to be on Eric Grenna. So for the sophomore, getting a taste of the varsity rivalry. A bit of a inauspicious beginning for him. And that's the second accepted penalty on the Imps. So now we're going to put the punt returner back. Is Apex. It'll be Cooper McDougal set to return for the Cougars. Grenna gets it away. And it'll slide out at the 42-yard line. It'll be a 29-yard punt. The Centennial celebration of the Old Wake rivalry, a Saturday night in the Triangle, and here on our Friday Night Rivals, we're heading to break. Apex gets the ball when we come back. Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina. Patrick Johnson, Jay Sonalder, Madison Little. Thanks for being with us here. Earliest start to a FNR season for us, and boy, we couldn't have better weather, could we, Sonny?
Yeah, perfect weather and great atmosphere for this first ball game. Fans still filing into the stadium, and tailgate started early here, 4 or 5 o'clock. People started rolling in.
74 here at kickoff. Understand that there's quite a log jam too coming in. A lot of traffic.
Traffic jam out front. People trying to hustle in.
It's going to be the 3rd penalty of the game on the Imps. That's James Melvin, who has certainly had an imprint on this rivalry. So a free 5 for Apex, who comes out with Kyle Holes as the quarterback. There's a look at Melvin, and they really build a lot of what they do defensively, Cary, around 22.
He's a strong edge presence, and he can stop the run, but his specialty is getting after the quarterback with his quickness.
High snap, and it'll be Dupree, Caden Dupree, wrapped up. TJ Dickens and Anthony Atunku, who's getting some attention from the ACC on the stop.
The interior, the defensive line for Cary just blowing this up, nowhere to run. Good job winning with leverage and slicing into the backfield.
So no gain, 2nd and 5. Holes, the junior, in this game last year, the 33-22 Apex win, had 6 yards rushing, and the play clock expires. So the first penalty going against the Cougars. Second and 10. And encroachment is nullified. And it says this Apex program's one big family.
lot of confidence in Holst throwing the football. 4 wide receivers set. They've got some shifty, fast wide receivers on the outside with good hands.
Holst throws, caught along the sideline, no, out of bounds. Nice effort by Piver, but Dylan Piver, the junior, could not hang on. He's a crafty one. Riddle and Riddle lineups. Riddle and Riddle when justice counts. Holst, they just threw it Piver's way. Reagan, Steiner, Rodriguez, Matthews, and Pease. Corley's out there with Boone. There's a couple of names to keep an eye on. And then Eric Roy, the other receiver, with Dupree in the backfield.
This is a big group up front for the Cougars, and those wide receivers can present a lot of challenges to the secondary of the Imps.
Timeout taken by Apex. So we'll step aside. A big 3rd and 10, the first one of the season for the new head coach, Rob Frank, wants to talk it over. So we're going to have a 3rd down and 10 coming up. Look at the Cary Imp, one of the top mascots in all of the country. In fact, the top mascot in 2023 is voted on by folks on an online poll. That's national. Scrambling, ball comes out, and it will be dived on by the Cougars, or did the Imps pounce on it? Recovered, Sewell.
But early on in the ball game, the Imps making the first big play of the game. Here's the hustle, chasing down Holst. That ball just slips out, and then it's just a scramble. And the Imps, they're going to come away with outstanding field position to start off this drive. And Coach Coleman Tyrants talked with us, Patrick, about winning the turnover battle. That's the way you want to start off this ball game, getting the ball to your offense.
So good starting field position here at the 47 after the turnover. Grenna going for it. Downfield, intercepted. Pick off Aiden Johnson. So the defensive captain gets it back for the Cougars.
East side making big plays on defense, and Johnson, he's just going back like a center fielder, reading the eyes. And look at this athleticism, jumping over the top with the focus to bring it in. And this is a heck of a play. Look at this. The hand-eye coordination just wrestles it in and then turns his shoulder to keep the ball off the turf.
Wanted Michael Wallace and couldn't get it to him. So Aiden Johnson, who said this is a statement game for everyone else we're going to play this year, comes up with the pick. Imps last year with 10 interceptions thrown, 7 of them by Grenna. And another opportunity here for the Cougars. They stay on the ground. Lead blocker clearing the way for Dupree. Caden Dupree, the senior. Had 840 yards rushing a season ago, including 119 in our FNR matchup between these two.
Well, nice job by the right side of the offensive line, plus the wide receivers clearing a path for Dupree. A key block on that outside to string him along.
Jacob Spinks, one of their better tacklers, especially in the open field. Finally slowed him, but not before he got a first down. And Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing first down. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. Dupree tries the left side now, and he'll be gang tackled across the 30. And then gets Spivey over to lead the assault. As we mentioned, a great two-way player, a two-time state champ in the triple jump is Spivey.
Yeah, 6'2" frame coming down from the safety position. And I've been impressed from this Imps defense as far as hustling to the ball and swarming, and a good job. Multiple guys coming over to make the play, but Spivey leading the charge.
Dupree again tries the left side. Out beyond the numbers before he's stopped. And it's another movement of the chains, another first down for Air Experts.
And as a running back, the biggest keys to being a successful back is having vision. Dupree bouncing around, reading his blocks, and then attacks the lane, and good job falling forward for first down.
So Dupree's going to get a breather. Jaden Molina in at the running back spot. They fake a handoff to him, go the other way, caught at the 45, across midfield. It'll be Piver with the reception and a first down for Air Experts Heating and Cooling. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
Great play call from Rob Frank. Get a couple successful runs, and then you fake the handoff, and then quick little play action to the outside, wide open wide receiver, and a nice easy throw from Holtz.
He's the OC for this program that a season ago averaged over 21 a game. I get the idea too is Molina tilts it ahead for a couple of yards that we're going to see a little more of an opened up playbook this year for Apex.
You've got a quarterback with a strong arm in Holtz, and then these running backs and wide receivers have a lot of experience in this offense. Nothing's changed from Rob Frank's attack, and this is a group that's played a lot of football together that they feel like they can exploit defenses with.
Or Rutledge, who is the quarterback's coach, is his spotter upstairs, with Frank on the sideline calling plays as the head coach. Trips to the right. Over the middle, it's going to be intercepted. This one is picked off by Spinks. Here he comes on the return, and Spinks generates the second takeaway of the game for the Imps.
Well, each defense has really been the highlight for both teams to start this ball game, and Spinks reading this, kind of sitting back from his safety position, ball going over the middle, and he just darts through the passing lane and then gets a little bit extra after the interception. There he is. Look at that range coming across and jumping in front of the wide receiver for another turnover.
They dive back on the ball. That could have been trouble.
Well, early on in the season, the two factors that determine winning and losing is penalties and turnovers. And I think for both teams, they just need to settle down in this situation. But that's what this ball game ultimately is going to come down to, which team can play the cleanest.
Second down, 11. Straight ahead. Imps are getting a really good push up front early.
Now, this is an offensive line with a couple returning players, but also some new younger players that the coaching staff had confidence in. But this is their first varsity action, and they've done a nice job up front, giving lanes to Stevens and the other backs.
Pistol look. Swing pass over to Melvin, who's checked in at running back. Melvin on his horse, and he'll be into Cougar territory with a first down. So that first down, swing pass and run for Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
A really nice play, getting the ball on the outside and then finishing this off after the turnover, picking up that first down. This Cary offense starting to gain some confidence.
They'll go trips to the left. Single to the right, top of the screen. Oh, and they, again, Brenna held onto that ball to the last instant, and it was sniffed out. And he's going to lose yardage. Nice job by Roman Jerkins, the senior.
Now, he's very active. Jerkins coming off the edge, unblocked. Clear path going against Grenna one-on-one.
Grenna escaped one, escaped another, and he takes it for a first down. What determination by Nick Grenna.
Brenna, a former wide receiver, he's so versatile at the quarterback position. He just reads it, gets to the outside, and a nice stiff arm to get that edge. And then just powers his way through to make it more manageable on third down.
Third, 8.
Yeah, and right here, Patrick, potential 4-down territory, depending on what you pick up here.
So third down, let's see if they decide to go for it. And Tony Stevens fired up. There's a flag. This was trying to plead his case out there as his corn.
It's a great job by Josiah Roulette filling the lane and making the big hit.
So they're going to give penalty the way of Stevens. Stevens comes off the field emotional. See if this is off. No, it's not going to be. It's going to be. Against Cary there. So that backs him up 15.
A big mistake. And now this completely changes the play call and the situation for the Imps. And for them, 2 turnovers. You got to capitalize when you give the ball back to your offense. And right now, showing 4th and 19.
Madison Little standing by on this 4th down play.
Well, guys, we talked about it at the beginning of the show that the pressure is something that these two teams were going to have to handle, and that's exactly what this coaching staff is telling Tony Stevens. They're telling him, keep your composure, and he's visibly frustrated, knows he messed up, but he's ready to lock back in and get back on this field.
And Madison, staying with you, you've got an update. Apex has an injury to one of their starters.
Yeah, there was Austin Herndon was listed as a starter for the Apex defense, but as of now, he is on crutches on the opposing sideline, so we will not expect to see him on the field today.
Great job down there. Yep. Amazing to have Madison back for another year, and that obviously hurts Apex defensively.
Yeah, and Austin, we met him at Media Day on Monday. Just a great kid, and you feel for him not being able to play in this ballgame. Hopefully he'll be able to be okay and be able to come back. But he's a big key on the defensive side for the Cougars.
A lot of flags early, Sonny. And that's going to be a false start against Apex. Well, it's interesting with Coach Frank. We just asked him, what a way to start your head coaching career. Playing here at First Horizon Stadium at Wake Med Soccer Park. Big crowd, 100th anniversary of the rivalry. Like drinking from the water hose.
It was pretty amazing for him. He was a star player for the Cougars, and now he comes back as the head coach.
And a 100-yard receiving game against the Imps back in the day. Nice pass. John Boone, the captain, coming up with the reception. Boone says he wants to be the first touchdown in the game tonight.
And he's their best wide receiver on the outside, very fast. Coaches depend on him, going to him in big play situations.
Here's Dupree, cuts it inside, and he'll spin. Excellent run by Dupree as he takes it ahead a dozen yards for the first down.
And Brady Matthews with a nice block up front. Dupree starting to get into a groove running the ball. There's a pulling tackle. As Dupree just following him and then finishing through the imp tacklers, getting extra yardage.
So that Air Experts Heating and Cooling and Plumbing first down. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. Dupree. Now the sledding a little tough, but positive yardage on the first carry. Well, stay tuned for the Medical Minute. It'll be brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. Beautiful night. You see the Apex student section. And they have filled up one of the end zones. A couple of sections down there, 2 or 3 of them. to the air. Holds downfield. Too strong. Step for step with Boone there was Spivey.
And that's the first time Apex has really looked to drive the ball down the field. One-on-one situation. Spivey against Boone, good on good. They're trying to create a spark throwing the ball from midfield.
It's early, Sonny, but you get the sense this is a big down for the defense for Cary, but certainly for the Apex offense.
Yeah, and it's kind of like which offense is going to have that first big momentum play to shift things over to their side, and Cary showing blitz. The whole defensive line standing up. A little confusion on Apex side, looking over to the sideline to switch the play call. Cary's going to call the timeout.
So we talked about Coach Franck calling the plays as the head coach. It's another year of Coleman Tyrants, not only serving as the head coach in his 5th year, but also calling plays defensively.
Yeah, and he's aggressive on the defensive side on 3rd and 4th down situations. He's going to bring heat. Right here, I think he's making sure his guys are all in alignment. Everyone's on the same page. You see him being vocal to his team out there. I think he recognizes this moment for them to get off the field with a stop.
Well, if you had on the bingo card 8 classifications, I can't believe we've gone this far into the game and not talked about it. It's all anybody's talking about.
Does anybody play bingo still, though?
At certain places they do.
Yeah, certain places,
certain age group.
Certain ages, yeah.
Yes. And I'm closer to that age group than you are, buddy. But let me just say this, Sonny. It doubles your chance to win a state championship. They had the subdivided 4 classifications for a number of times. You like it, the 8 classifications?
Well, there's new classifications, new conferences, and an opportunity, I think, to build new rivalries. And Apex and Cary, they're not in the same league anymore.
Yep.
2 separate leagues, but
Quad
I love
City,
how they're
7,
playing
8A.
against each other still in non-con play.
Yep. And then the triangle 6A and 7A with Gibbons in that conference. That's batted down on the screenplay, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Excellent job there by Dickens.
Eli Kane coming through as well. Here's the pressure. That whole sitting back. It was going to be a screenplay. Cougars offensive line letting those guys go, but they just weren't able to convert because of that reach of Dickens knocking the ball down.
First punt for Apex.
And no returners back for the Imps, playing it safe here, making sure it's not a fake.
Dylan Barfield on to punt. Got it away, good ball. And with nobody back, it's going to take a bounce and roll inside the 20. Nice 38-yard effort from Barfield. Both these coaches intimately familiar with one another. Coach Franck had a post-grad year, and Coleman Tyrus, we know, so involved in youth football, trained Coach Franck before he went to Hargrave Military prior to going to NC State.
Yeah, and really, long-standing relationship, and I think that's what's great about having, so many guys that are from the area. You hear these stories where these guys, go back a long time in the history and help train him when he was training for post-grad work when he was in high school. Coleman Tyrants cares so much for his team and does a great job, and there's Coach Franck over on the other side.
Coach Franck said, I didn't hear from Coach Tyrants, though, when they named me head coach. The rivalry runs deep. Trying to set up the receiver screen. Not a lot of blocking there. Grinna completing it to Elias Korn. First ball he's caught tonight. Had 3 receptions against Apex last year. He's brilliant as Korn. He is getting attention from the Ivy League.
Really good job by Korn on the outside. That was Devlin Gibbs, the junior defensive back for Apex, making a nice stop and limiting the yards after the catch.
3rd and medium. But the Imps deep in their territory. They're going to get a snap off before the end of the quarter. Grinna. Tough throw with pressure coming, and it's going to be incomplete as he wanted Spivey again. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. Zeros on the board through one. Some great defensive plays from both sides. The offense is trying to get it going in this rivalry affair. 100 years between Cary and Apex.
Carter Hicks.
Welcome back to Wake Med Soccer Park. We have no score through the end of the first quarter here between Cary and Apex. I'm here with former Cary imp, Gus Ritchie, who is now at NC State. Being back, watching this game, what does it remind you of being part of this rivalry?
The culture here at Cary, it's all or nothing, Everybody, takes this into consideration, we were in the locker room earlier talking about it, how big this game was coming up, It's 100 years this is going on. So, especially when I came in, I knew how this game was, Everybody took this game for an opportunity, to not only compete, but have fun, So honestly, it's great being back here. Come out to support the boys, coaches, and the whole community. So I'm glad to be back.
I've seen you giving the boys some pep talks on the sideline. What are you telling the imps?
Keep their competitiveness up. It's a close game. It's 0-0. So you got to keep it up. You got to keep your toughness, competitiveness. And you got to push through it. So we know it's going to be a dogfight, but I know the boys are going to come out top. So.
Well, speaking from experience, that was Gus Ritchie, former Cougar imp. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
He had 13 tackles in the matchup last season to Gus Ritchie.
Our man Gus, great kid, starting off his college career against East Carolina on Thursday night. One of the top players in the country last year as a high school player.
Going to give it to Dupree on first down following the 47-yard punt. So from the Wolfpack to the Tar Heels, our old friend Carter Hicks. Now the GM at UNC Baseball looking in tonight. Lands in is what I always called it because he was one of the best dressed spotters and stat guys in all of sports.
He is, just got promoted up. Congratulations, Carter, 2014 Apex Cougar graduate, watching from home right now.
And one of our favorite coaches also looking in tonight, texting you from Clayton.
We got some good ones watching this one. Congratulations, Carter.
Faked it, and it's a good run by Holes. Take the dive to Dupree, and then he is able to scurry and pick up the first down. Coach Chadwick looking in tonight for the Comets also. Appreciate him.
Appreciate you, Coach. And see this run up the middle. This Cary defensive line getting sucked in, and then the ball goes to the outside. Nice deception from Apex.
Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids. That's Arthritis Knee and Pain Centers, and they sponsor our second quarter first downs.
This is a heck of a job from James Melvin on the outside. Watch 22 come off, beat the block, stay square, and then make the tackle staying low. He played running back last year. We'll see him again as one of the key backs on the offensive side, but now moving over to defense primarily. He's a force on the edge.
Nice catch. Coming free is Piver. And he will get a first down to the 47.
Nice chemistry between Hulse and Piver, and this is an excellent throw right to the outstretched hand of the defender, where only Piver can get it, and then gets out of bounds for the first down.
So the chains are moved. Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Coming back with Molina. And Molina inside the 45-yard line. Nice tilt there by Jaden Molina, a 5'11 senior. And that was Anthony Atunku rather, with the stop, the sophomore. He was a state champion, the discus throw. So Coach Frank, we've seen glimpses of this offense starting to get on track. Throw, caught, Boone, 20, 15, got a block, and he'll score. A Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford the Ford store that gives you more. He wanted to score the first touchdown of this game, and he sure did.
He called his shot earlier in the week, said he wanted the first TD, and he comes through. And Holst recognizes the safeties creeping up in the box, one-on-one coverage, and really one-on-no-one as Boone gets to the outside, and then nice blocking by Mac Bandy, the wide receiver, clearing the lane for Boone easily to get into the end zone.
45 yards, and now Alex Golowski with the point after. Count it. 7-0, Apex strikes first. 2.5 minutes into the second. Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina, and Boone to the house. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. I had a feeling it was just a matter of time before this Apex offense got cranked up.
They wanted to be aggressive. Cary coming up to try to stop the run. The safeties were not playing deep. The Cougars took advantage of the formation.
Even though they played this game at Apex last year, it is a home game for Apex with how the scheduling now being non-conference foes. So Apex deciding to move it here, and I think it's been a success. Huge crowd here tonight. Well, we'll run it back, I guess. Alongside Jay Sunhalter, Madison Little on our sidelines. I'm Patrick Johnson. Thanks for being with us here tonight. Next week, my RDC and WRDC Sports Friday Night Rivals will be the Cougars of Wake Forest and the Leesville Road Pride. And their great edge rusher, Rashad Streets. Coach Ray G. Lucas's team dropping the opener to Sanderson, and it was a special teams play that got Jordan the victory over Leesville Road, so they'll both come in hungry for a win. We'll be joined by the All-American punter Andrew Bays, Madison Little and myself next Friday at 7. Quick turnaround from this Saturday showdown. After the penalty yardage was assessed, Golowski will plant that one into the end zone. We have whistles blowing. There's the dog out to get the kicking tee.
All right.
And our Legacy Construction Roofing, and the kickoff goes into the end zone. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us.
Standing ovation for the pup.
It's the one they use at NC State, isn't it? Not the GoPro.
Everyone's best friend right there. But that is a GoPro down on his back.
Here comes Grenna. His team down, a touchdown.
Cary's had success running the football. And I think for them, they just got to continue to lean on their offensive line and then try to attack with the play action pass over the top.
Pretty healthy gain of 8 yards for Grenna. His long rush in the game last year, 33. He rushed for over 80 against this Apex team. A little bit of dancing there by Stevens, who got bigger and stronger in the offseason, but he's able to power ahead, and he will earn a first down for arthritis knee pain and pain centers, arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids.
It's a huge get for him coming back this year, being healthy in the backfield along with Grenna. Both guys can hurt you with their legs.
Antonis Wright transferred to Millbrook. He had a big matchup for Cary last year in these two, and that's a really good determined run from QB1 Grenna there.
Now this is beautiful from Grenna. This is going to be the option, and he fakes the pitch over to Stevens, beats the defensive end, and then He just takes off, finishes with power, takes down 2 Cougars tacklers.
So Grinna earns the Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis Knee and Pain Relief without surgery or opioids.
Anytime you have a quarterback that's fighting for those yards, he's a tough guy. He's the leader and motivates this offense.
Grinna looked one way and then handed it to Stevens on the other side, and he'll turn into Cougar territory. A first down scamper out of bounds at about the 37.
Cary's offense starting to get into a groove. After Apex scores, they want a response. There's a blocking up front, missed tackle, and then Stevens, he's at his best when he can dance and use his speed. There you see the emotion finishing off the run as the Imps cross over the 50-yard line.
27 yards on the pickup, and another first down for Arthritis Knee and Pain Centers. We feed the hot hand at Stevens, but this time the interior was there. Nice tackle made by Perry. Deion Perry is a load.
Yeah, one of their best defenders, and there's a flag in the secondary for the Cougars.
It's going to be against Apex. No, it's actually going to be against the Imps. Boy, just when Cary started to get the offense ginned up. Backs him up 10. And going to create first and an eternity back to the 49. Oh, that's one of the defenders over there. Maybe he was the one that got blocked. It was the block below the waist. Out of bounds is Grinna, but they waved the clock as he darted ahead. And Jackson Hunter, we saw a lot of early, ran him out of bounds.
Hunter and Josiah Roulette, very active, trying to chase down Grinna.
Melvin dropped it, picked it up. We're going to say that was an incomplete pass, not a pitch behind the line or behind the play. So it's incomplete.
This was close to being backwards pass.
Yeah, I thought it was.
And that was smart, though, of Melvin to go ahead and pick that up just to make sure. Now 3rd and long coming up for the Imps.
4 receivers in the pattern. Melvin stays in to the right of Grinna. Pressure, Grinna. Downfield, nice catch at the sticks. Elias Korn comes up with the reception, the strike of 24 yards. And it gets him to a 4th down and 8 situation.
One of the best catches you'll see, excellent from Korn, and that's the reason why colleges are recruiting him. That vertical jump, going up and getting it one hand.
15 receptions a year ago and averaged 13 and a half. They stay on the field for 4th down, and it's going to be snared out of the air, picked off by Jerkins. Roman Jerkins comes up with the 2nd interception of the night for the Cougars.
Jerkins just falling back in coverage from his linebacker position. Watch number 4 on the right side of your screen. Jump in front. 2 turnovers for each team thus far. They're going towards Spivey with an out route. They undercut it.
Now the Cougars, as we approach the midway point of the 2nd, they have a lead, and they're going to try to add to it here with Molina on 1st down. Stay tuned for the Affordable Dentures and Implants halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes, interviews, highlights, and more. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Save 15% on your dental treatment plan. Visit affordabledentures.com. You look at this Apex program, Sonny, and now Rob Frank, a lot of skin in the game, obviously, as an alum. John Mazurka did a really nice job. 5-5 last year, didn't make the postseason. He's moved on, but prior to Coach Mo's arrival, they won less than 22% of their games over about a decade or so period.
And there's been a resurgence of the program, Mazurka and Coach Frank. I know going into this season, they really like the talent on this year's team and feel like they've got an opportunity to have a great season.
Playing in that highest classification, though, of 8A is going to be really tough sledding now.
And for Apex, they hit Cary over the top on their last touchdown to Boone. Will they go back with another strike, trying to test the secondary of the Imps?
Arthritis knee and pain center's first down after the penalty. High snap brought it down, and that threw off the timing just enough. It's going to be a loss. Funkoom in on the tackle. Also Ben Hines, the senior. He and Spinks are brothers, according to the Cary Brain Trust.
There's Hines, middle linebacker, and they'll move him around in the defensive formation.
Nice pass caught, and it's a first down to the 41 on that reception by Mac Bandy, the junior.
And Holst is really starting to settle in. Very accurate ball. Fake the zone read, and then Bandy sitting in the zone coverage with the slant over the middle. They make it look easy.
14 for the Arthritis and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis, knee pain, relief without surgery or opioids.
And the Cary secondary again playing up an opportunity for a pass over the top.
Dupree trying to kick it out. Cuts it in, and it's positive yards. Big Dupree, his high last year, 180 against Greenhoe. And in the opener last season, carried it 24 times against Franklinton for 156 yards.
He's a physical, tough runner and somebody that gets stronger and really plays at his best later on in the ball game. And so far in this ball game, they've been feeding him the ball, trying to establish the ground game.
Second and 7. Three for Kyle Holst. He's been a little more vocal this year. In fact, Coach Frank says he'll come to his classroom during lunch and he'll actually make suggestions as they go over film and talk about the opposing defenses they're going to face this year.
Yeah, when you're in this offense an extra year, it just helps you understand it. It allows Rob Frank to open things up even more. And he's just taken the next step with his football acumen and really helping out this offense with his talents, but also how he's able to lead his team.
Take the handoff out in the flats. It's caught. Piver again with the reception. And he's out of bounds. Melvin pushing him out.
Number 15, Dylan Piver with reception. That play good enough.
There's been success. The play action off the zone read. Because of the running ability of Dupree, there's the fake. Linebacker step up. Piver's able to get to the outside. The toughest guy on the field is Ethan, our cameraman.
Oh, Ethan
Popped right back up.
There you go,
There
Ethan.
he is, Ethan.
The keeper, and it's going to be a red zone opportunity. It is the Reel it in red zone with saltwater, seafood, and fry shack. From boat to bite, done right.
This is an important drive for the Cary defense. You're down 1 score as Apex is driving, getting closer to the halftime break. Your mentality is, hey, turnover or force a field goal. But you've got to be sturdy here.
2 minutes to go before the half. Holds play action. Oh, almost picked off. Tried to slip it down to Landon Corley, and it was nearly intercepted by Spivey.
They almost called it with the turnover. Spivey jumping in front. The receiver slips down. Spivey almost getting the interception, but he's very athletic, rangy, 6'2". We talked about how good he is out on the track. Potential major college prospect.
Third and medium upcoming. And sensing the gravity of the moment, Apex is going to take a timeout. We'll step aside. In the red zone are the Cougars looking to add to their lead. Stay tuned for the Medical Minute. It's brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. Apex burns their second timeout. Ball on the 18 for the Cougars here. Good start for Kyle Holes at quarterback. Already has a touchdown pass in this one. Moves the pocket, loads, keeps, and he'll get twisted down. Don't think he has enough for the first down. Nice job to bring him down by Spinks.
Coleman Tyrants bringing pressure with Spinks. Up the middle, there's a safety blitz. Beats the offensive lineman, and then the hustle to track down Holtz. And 4th down decision coming up.
It's going to be 4th and 4. Don't know what kind of range or confidence at this juncture in the opener they have in the kicker, Molosky. But now the Imps are going to give Apex a little more time to think about that because they burn a timeout. They're second.
But again, making sure this is a big down for the Imps. Coleman Tyrants trying to make sure his guys are aware of the call. They're all on the same page. I would expect pressure. He loves to bring heat up the middle with his safeties. And I think they're going to try to light up Holtz and force him to get rid of the ball quick. For Apex, if you can protect up front, Holtz can read where the pressure's coming from. He should have one-on-one coverage on the outside.
Folks, stay tuned for the Affordable Dentures and Implants halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes, interviews, highlights, and more. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Save 15% on your dental treatment plan. Visit affordabledentures.com. So nervous Imp fans here. Even though it is an Apex home game, we were told in no uncertain terms this week by Coach Tyrants, this is our backyard. We're going to go with the field goal try. Molosky gets it away, but it's going to be wide to the left. So perhaps our school bus safety stop of the game, an early candidate for sure.
And nice pressure from the Imps trying to block the field goal. And that's a win for the defense getting off the field. And now you have 1 minute, 8 seconds left. You kind of have to be careful in this situation with the ball backed up. We'll see if they try to be aggressive or just take it into the halftime break.
Nothing like the Caleb Williams 52-yarder in a pouring rainstorm with 11 seconds left.
2 years ago,
Apex.
what a kick, yeah.
And we've got a much better weather night here, obviously. Nick Brenna. And Brenna able to pick up a first down, and Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis Knee Pain relief without surgery or opioids. Here come the whistles. And a marker on the turf. This, of course, the home of the Carolina Courage. Boy, it looks just beautiful out there, the field. The pitch, if you will, looks great for football.
Which football?
This version, but also for the other as well.
We were down on the field before the game. This is an awesome atmosphere for these players to start off the season. Great crowd.
Cary's participated in this game and series that's played in this stadium. They started it a couple of years ago to begin the season. I think it's been a huge success. Here comes a run by Stevens, fighting for yardage.
Chaz Clayton, Devlin Gibbs coming over to make the stop as Stevens was running loose.
Second down and 7 for Cary.
Grenna. He darts ahead. He has first down yardage. He's into Cougar territory, down to the 43.
You've got to call a timeout or spike it. The clock is stopping, and they're going to spike this.
And it brings another arthritis knee and pain center's first down for the Imps. Let's take a look at this jaunt by Grenna.
And Grenna, we talked about his speed and athleticism, but this is just fight. Nobody coming in to make the tackle, and he darts through and gives his offense a chance with the ball across midfield. I mean, Cary's really showing a lot using this last minute and 8 seconds to get a drive going.
25 yards. Grenna again. Second down this time. And a flag as he heads out of bounds.
This is going to be a penalty on top of the run. And Cary's going to move this inside of the 30-yard line.
You see the time. Yeah, undoubtedly he was there, and Jerkins, who has an interception in tonight's game. You see the college game in Ireland today? There were the chalk dissolved practically on the field. Wow. Not the issue here tonight, though, thankfully.
And for Cary, Patrick, they feel comfortable inside of 30 yards for a field goal opportunity. With that one timeout, you can still throw the ball or run it down the middle of the field.
Kern's got a great leg. Grenna with 13. And he again heads out of bounds, stops the clock with 8. Sonny, at what point are they going to have to go to the air here? I would think upcoming here.
Well, and you could be setting up a field goal, but you've got to be careful. You have the timeout, 8 seconds left, but you're going to have to run this quick. Make sure if you don't score a touchdown, you have an opportunity to kick it.
Ball on the 22, you see Grenna. A couple years ago, 23 catches, over 300 yards as a receiver.
This could be a shot to the end zone. 4 wide receiver set.
Fakes the option pitch, comes back to the right, slicing and dicing his way down to the 10, and a timeout called with 1 second.
Well, this was a great job from Grenna, not only picking up the yards to make it a easier field goal opportunity, he gets down right at the last second, enabling his team, Coach Coleman Tyrants, to call the timeout. And we think it'll be a field goal opportunity, but do they keep the offense out on the field? A heck of a drive from Grenna there, getting a blow and getting some water.
It's the Reel It In red zone with saltwater seafood and fry shack. From boat to bite, done right. Grenna has done a fantastic job leading them on this drive.
And the Cary offense gets the ball back after the missed field goal. This drive has really been about Grenna just willing his offense down the field, playing so hard. And this would be huge if they can get points on the board before the break.
So it's going to be the offense heading back out. You like the call?
I do. Right now the offense is rolling. They have momentum. Right at the 10-yard line. This is a rivalry game, first game of the year. Be aggressive.
Brenna throws. Caught! Horn! And he comes up with the crossroads board. Touchdown, a 10-yard strike. Brenna to Korn. And actually, younger brother Eric coming up with the catch.
Look at this head nod. The safety bites, allows Brenna over the middle on the slant route. Great play call, perfect execution with the ball fake, and Brenna goes to his brother, the young sophomore. Great connection to get on the board, and now they'll try to tie it up. Those two, special connection, obviously, with their brothers. Those two playing so much backyard football growing up together, playing Pop Warner. It all pays off here tonight.
No time on the clock, and this to tie it going into the break. Now the decision will be, as you move a little closer with encroachment, do you go for two?
It looks like they're going to bring the offense back out. They're going to try to punch this in with the penalty, moving the ball closer to the goal line.
Check out the brothers, Pop Warner days.
Cary Chargers, Pop Warner.
He is split out is Eric Brenna to the wide side, right side of your screen. We've got a timeout, and it's going to be Apex. They'll burn their final here. We're going to have halftime in just a second. 7 plays, 80 yards, a minute and 13, and the touchdown pass between the brothers.
A special drive. I mean, they were backed up on the 20-yard line. Their defense gained some momentum, giving the ball back after the missed field goal, and this offense just kind of felt like, hey, listen, we got to do something. We got to help out our defense. They drive it down, punch it in, and now after the penalty, they're going to go for it. And with the alignment that they showed, you figure they're going to keep the ball on the ground, give it to Stevens or Brenna, and try to punch it in.
Brenna, Korn out there also. A Shimpong.
They switch up the play call. The 3 wide receivers over to the right, changing the alignment.
They're more bunched. After the penalty, they're going to go for 2 to lead going into half. Oh, ball on the turf. Apex able to dodge that play there. And the 2-point conversion fails. And it will be Apex by a skinny point at the break.
A big stop. This was going to be a misdirection with Brenna going to the outside, and the ball just slips, and Clayton jumps on it as both teams head to the break.
So after the timeout, Apex able to stand tough, and Rob Frank is with Madison Little.
We saw some good things from Kyle, both through the air and on his feet. What did you like about his performance in the first half?
Well, you know, he started off a little slow, but he was able to turn it around later on, so we just got to keep some consistency and keep moving the ball forward.
Defensively, we did see Cary's offense get it going late in that first half. What do you tell your defense?
Got to respond to adversity. Okay, they did right there on the 2-point conversion, which was good. We got to carry that into the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Former Wolfpacker Rob Frank, his team in his first game as the head coach ahead in this Centennial celebration game of the Old Wake rivalry. 7-6 is our score at the break from Wake Med Soccer Park. Friday night rivals on a Saturday. The Cougs, the Imps. We're at the break. Stay with us.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
And now it's time for the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. Presenting the awards for Tatum and Atkinson is Season Atkinson.
Tatum and Atkinson is proud to present the Friday Night Rivals Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week from Cary High School. The Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Tylen Thompson. Tylen is football team captain, a track and field national qualifier, and carries a 4.4 GPA. Tylen is three-time academic all-conference, is a junior marshal, and is a recipient of the Project Management Award. From Apex High School, the Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week is Brady Matthews. Brady is football team captain, football all-conference and all-region, track and field all-city, and carries a 4.43 GPA. Brady is a member of National Honor Society, a student ambassador, a member of student leadership team, and serves his community through Hope for Children.
Congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This All-Star is now entered for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Tatum and Atkinson. Injured in a wreck? Call the heavy hitters.
Once again, congratulations to our Tatum and Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. And now I'm joined by the assistant principal for Cary High School, Jeremy Barefoot. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's a great night, beautiful weather, great turnout for both sides, and what a close game so far. What an awesome game. You wouldn't expect anything less for the 100th meetup of these two championship programs.
From the inside, what can you tell us about how these communities prepared for tonight's game?
So community is everything at both Apex and Cary, and you're talking about something that goes back well over 100 years. You know, Cary was actually the first public school in North Carolina. So we pride ourselves on these events, and obviously there's a lot of rivalry and there's a lot of heated moments, but at the same time it's all friendly, and it's just a lot of respect for our program and for their program. So great community event.
How important are events like this for these student athletes to get exposure and just be involved in those communities?
Yeah, these events are awesome. I mean, this has the feel of a college game. It really does. It's televised, obviously, and to be here at the soccer park, it's just an amazing venue for this. Stuff like this is awesome, and it goes so far beyond athletics. We've got a lot of cool, exciting things at Cary. On November 1st, we're going to have our 68th annual Band Day, which is a huge event, brings bands from all over the East Coast, and especially the state of North Carolina. We've got a great thing with the Academy, what we call our ATAM. It's the Academy of Technology and Advanced Manufacturing. So great opportunities like that. We've got a strong ROTC program at Cary High that's going for the 26th year in a row where they're going to be distinguished unit, hopefully. So lots of things to get not only student athletes, but also the student body at large really involved, and to make a big school like Cary High feel like a really small community and a small family. And something like this for the athletes to shine, it's everything. So much fun.
Well, it is a lot of fun, and your students showed up for your student athletes. Thank you so much for being here. We will be back with more of our halftime show right after this.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
Welcome back to Wake Med Soccer Park. I'm joined by the esteemed Apex Mayor and Apex graduate, Jock Gilbert. What does this event mean to the Apex community?
It means a lot. I mean, this been the Centennial game, and going to Apex High School, this was our rivalry. I mean, we were the only high school, and then Cary High School. So this is huge, and Apex, we have to have the victory tonight. That's all it is.
Well, you're decked out from head to toe, literally rocking the gold shoes. What would a win mean to you as a former Apex graduate?
Oh, the win would be truly a golden moment, which is why I have these gold boots on. But this reminds me of the 2014 state championship when Apex, the entire town was there in Raleigh, and that's what it feels like. TJ Evans was a star then, and that's what it feels like today. We're going to get the victory because I have the gold on, for sure.
I love it. And to have it at a park like Wake Med Soccer Park, what was that decision like? Why did you make that decision?
Well, it was a collaboration. This was all the athletic directors. They put it all together, and I think it's phenomenal to see so many people here. And this venue is amazing, and I'm sure it's a great deal for the students, the parents, and everyone involved. So our town, we're proud.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
All right, we will be back with more right after this.
You're watching the Affordable Dentures and Implants Halftime Report. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Visit affordabledentures.com.
I am joined by the son of Cary head coach Coleman Tyrants and basketball star here in the Cary community, Adonye Tyrants. What do you make of this matchup so far tonight?
I like it. I mean, I feel the energy. I feel like they still keeping the rivalry going even after 100 years. I feel like you can't beat this.
You just transferred to Cary yourself, so you will play in this rivalry on the basketball court in just a few months. What are you looking forward to?
I'm excited. I'm excited for that game. I feel like me and the boys, we're going to go handle business. I feel like it's just going to have to get done. It's going to have to handle business.
And your dad's team got it going late in that first half. What do you think he's telling his guys right now?
He's probably just telling them to stay locked in. You feel me? Don't get, discouraged from the scoreboard. But, I mean, I feel like they're going to come out of halftime blazing. I feel like they're getting the speech they need.
What can we expect from you on the basketball court this season?
A lot. I'll probably try to do everything I can in my power. Points, boards, help the team win. I'll try to do everything.
Well, we're rooting for you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Now we'll go up to the booth with Jay and Patrick for some first half highlights.
All right, great stuff, Madison. Thank you. You have the highlights from the first half of this game. It's a one-point affair. And let's take a look at some of those now that have gone down here tonight. Some defensive plays on both sides of the ball, a couple of turns for both sides.
It started off early for the Imps, getting the first turnover of the ball game. That defense very strong coming out of the gate. And then Cary trying to make plays down the field, gives it back to the Cougars. Back-to-back plays where there are turnovers. Nice job by Aiden Johnson with the interception. I was impressed from Holst in the first half, but coming back, it was Spinks with the interception from the Imps, and 4 total turnovers in the first half. You know that's an item both coaching staffs addressed during the break.
And then through the air, this completion, and it was Boone. He wanted to get the first score of the game, and he did just that.
There's a crossing route over the middle. The Cary secondary playing in close to the line of scrimmage, and Apex takes advantage of it. And now, final drive, missed field goal from Apex. Cary gets the ball back and just marched down the field. Nice touchdown from Grenna to Grenna. The brothers connect. With 1 second left on the clock, go for 2, and just ball slips out. Apex jumps on it for a 7-6 lead for the Cougars.
Look at our stats from the first half. Apex getting it done through the air. On the ground, the Imps have had a solid night.
So the total yards pretty even, but each team kind of did it in opposite fashion, with Cary winning on the ground, Apex doing a nice job through the air. And the big thing here is the bottom 2 numbers with the turnovers and penalties. You got to clean that up if you want to win this ball game. Can't have turnovers. You got to limit the penalties and try to play a cleaner second half.
182, the total yardage for the Cougars, and 164 for the Imps. We'll take a timeout and come back with more from halftime. We're at First Horizon Stadium, and we'll be back with more right after this.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
He steps up, wants to go for it all up the right side and pulled down at the 20. Inside the 20 again is Katori Marion.
Powerlifter guy, a lot of their offense, and one block kick deserves another, right?
Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi.
You got to be kidding.
It's Max Bacon.
Takes for himself now towards the left sideline, still on his feet, still up. He twirls in. Touchdown of the night as Nashville Christian.
Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tipped up in the air, caught by J.J. Bush. Touchdown, Bobcats and Theodore.
This young man coming out to the field right now is Jackson Maynard. He is suffering from Duchenne's syndrome. His family has established the Little Hercules Foundation, which is something that helps the young man and raises awareness for what he is battling all across the country. A lot of points will be scored during the season in games, but none bigger than that one right there. Touchdown, Jackson Maynard.
One of the great highlights from last season's games. Madison is on the sideline right now. What do you have for us, Madison?
All right, I'm here with head coach of the Cary Imps, Coleman Tyrants. And coach, you decided to go for 2 at the end of that first quarter. What went into that decision?
Well, I felt that because we got half the distance to the goal, I believe our team had the momentum and our guys up front could get into the end zone.
How do you keep that momentum going?
Well, I told them it's a rival game. We made some mistakes. I think we played good on defense, but we let up a touchdown. But I told them that half is over. Now it's a new half. And put this school and this town on your back tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, the words from the fifth-year head coach for the Imps. The job that Coleman Tyrants has done as far as rallying the community, rallying the school behind this football program. Both sides have really shown out here tonight. A fantastic crowd and one of the best atmospheres we've been in the years we've been doing this together.
It really is. And for these players, you look up and you see your parents and so many fans here to support you. It's got to be an awesome feeling and something they'll remember throughout their whole lives, just being able to play here in a big-time stadium to start off the season against your rival. And these fans, with it being on a Saturday, they are able to come here early, tailgate, and really get behind their teams.
Great venue. That Soccer Park, First Horizon Stadium. And the Cary fans, the Apex fans, in a lot of cases, neighbors. And they all socialize, that sort of thing. So the rivalries, you have some houses that are divided.
Tailgates were fierce out there.
Tailgates were pretty good. Madison was out there.
If you drove down the wrong lane, you were going to get kicked out of the tailgate. Yeah, no, they were out early having a good time, but there was a lot of people out there really getting here early and getting ready for this big game, and great to see the students out here who start school on Monday coming out for their teams.
So not only does Apex have the lead at the half, they're able to take advantage of the miscue on the 2-point try, and they get the ball to start the second.
Yeah, and this is kind of a turn momentum point that they could come out here and get a drive going and respond after their defense gave a touchdown up. And Coach Rob Frank, Coleman Tyrants, during the halftime break, obviously you're trying to instill confidence in your team here in the second half. You also have to address, which for both teams is very similar, the penalties and the turnovers is what they need to clean up here in the third and fourth quarter.
Imps 1-9 a year ago. And the Cougars 5-5, 4-3 in the Southeast Wake 4A. They did not make the playoffs. Both these teams really hoping that tonight will be a jumping off point for the 8 division era in high school athletics in North Carolina.
Now, this is the biggest game on each team's schedule. And when you have your rival the first game of the ball of the year, it really puts an extra emphasis during off-season workouts because you're looking towards your first game knowing it's your rival opponent. So I think a lot of fierce, intense workouts and the offseason was leading to this point. And I think for Cary and Apex, there were mistakes, but you could tell how hard each team is playing.
Time for the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. Second half about to get underway. Kern parked one in the end zone to start the game. Kern's kick inside the 10, and it's going to be returned out near the 30-yard line. Well, there was Champ earlier. Break it down for us, Sonny, the T retrieval effort by Champ.
A great speed, great get off from Champ coming off the sideline. He darted out there. I've never seen a dog more quick. We'll see. There's a get off. Ready, go. Off the line of scrimmage. And look at the speed, the quickness. Good recovery there. Gets it back over to the sideline. Excellent execution from Champ.
They're Sunhalter-like quicks. A bit of rain starting to fall here.
We need Madison to get an interview with Champ down there after he cools off. Get him some water.
His brother Ripken, millions of views on TikTok back in the day.
And Champ, the bat dog for the Bulls and NC State, and famous in this area.
Only fitting that in this Centennial celebration he's here for the Old Lake rivalry, huh? Dupree got the assignment on first down. Picked up 5, and that's a good start in the second half. What adjustments do you think these sides will make defensively for the Imps and offensively for the Cougars here in the second half?
Oh, for Cary, they played at their best when they brought pressure. So I think we're going to continue to see them try to show different looks to Holst to try to confuse him and slow him down. I think on the other side for Apex, I think they're going to try to be more aggressive throwing the ball over the top when they see one-on-one coverage.
A snap from Liam Rodriguez, but it was brought in. Another run for Dupree. Sewell, the senior, with the stop. 5'10", 230-pounder. Third and short upcoming here.
I think for Apex, third and short situation, you got to keep the ball on the ground. Give it to Dupree and trust your offensive line, led by Brady Matthews up front, to get push.
And they run behind Matthews and Peace. Matthews says you don't want to leave a single ounce of effort or energy on the field.
Big number 73 doing a nice job clearing the path, and Dupree just lowering his shoulders, keeping his legs moving, getting enough, falling forward.
Air Experts, heating, cooling, and plumbing first down. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
Just run the ball. This could be a play-action pass.
Straight up throw, deep ball down the field. Nice catch made by Bandy. Controlled it. Brought it in at the apex, pardon the pun, the peak of good living. Great play here.
Well, I love this play call. They go for it on the ground the previous play. Everyone's playing the run, and he just draws back and fires it down to Bandy. One-on-one coverage, goes up and gets it over the top, and a big play for the Cougars offense here in the second half.
36-yard hookup for the Air Experts. First down. And a big catch by Mac Bandy. How about that, Sonny?
And I think here I'd go back and be aggressive.
Nothing doing on the ground that time. And the tandem tackle, and it was TJ Dickens, the junior defensive end, leading things for Cary.
He's been physical on the defensive line. Number 9, flashing down the bottom of the screen, just shoots into the gap to make the play.
Eli Kane coming in at the end. 2nd and 9. Molina picks his way ahead.
This is an important drive for the offense. The first half, you lose some momentum as Cary scores going into the break, and as an offensive player, you want to have a response coming out at halftime, and Rob Frank and his team doing a nice job right now on the drive, but this is going to be important on 3rd down, especially up front. You got to make sure you cover your defender, cover your man, and give Hulse time to operate.
The ball in the reel it in red zone with Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack. From boat to bite, done right. It'll be 3rd and 8. Rodriguez back in. We've got a lineman down for Apex. And that's going to be Jackson Stinger. Now down to Madison Little.
Up under that dog pile, and he came up holding his right knee, definitely in a lot of pain with the trainers now. I'll keep you updated on what I find out.
All right, Madison, thanks. Stop and play will step aside. It is our Riddle and Riddle Friday Night Rivals presented by the University of North Carolina. We're back. They've got the injured player off. Well, stay tuned later on in the game. We'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. It's the law in every state. It requires drivers to always stop for a school bus. And the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. Cary trying to vie for that. They've already forced a missed field goal. And this would be a big moment for this defense, but right now Apex seems to have it rolling, Sonny.
Yeah, you got to expect pressure if you're Apex. Fall back.
Holes, Melvin chases him down. Drops him for a loss of 5.
And James Melvin's closing speed is impressive. They show pressure, they drop back into zone coverage, and number 22 just flashes and just tracks him down with the sack. And now Apex, they're going to stay out on the field, out of field goal range, but their offense is going to be going uphill with 4th and long.
From the 25, it's 4th and 14. It's going to be a false start. Actually, it's going to be a timeout. And that's Cary burning one there. Apparently they didn't like something they saw.
You just used a couple timeouts on defense on 3rd down situations in the first half, so no surprise here knowing the importance. This has been a low-scoring ball game to try to get off the field, and Rob Frank over with his team, he calls the plays, making sure he can try to highlight one of his wide receivers in one-on-one situation.
Time now for the Affordable Dentures Smile Cam. Save 15% on most dental treatment plans, $1,000 and more at Affordable Dentures and Implants. Some excitement here tonight. Fans in the stands. Flashing the smiles, looking happy here tonight for both sides. And a tight game between these longtime rivals. 83rd meeting all time. Actually 88th. They had some occasions where they played twice in a year. They had 15 seasons where they did not play. There's 5 years it's unknown the results. And it's going to be another sack. That time, Anthony Atunku.
Been all over the field tonight. Another big play from Atunku. Just keeps fighting. Finally gets off his block, and there's nowhere to go. He gets the sack. And this defense has played really well for the Imps.
So that's a big stop there for the Cary defense, and they give the ball back to the offense for the first time. So what will you look for out of the Imps offensively?
I think they do the same thing as last drive. Keep the ball in Grena's hand as much as possible and let him try to do work on the ground.
Here he comes. First down and more into Cougar territory. Grena wanted a face mask, no call.
And Grena again showing off his power and his speed. The blocking up front, really nice job by the O-line. Stevens getting a clip there, and then Devlin Gibbs for Apex saving the day. Otherwise, this could have been a touchdown. Nice work from the junior defender for Apex making the tackle.
And Air Experts first down. Air Experts heating, cooling, and plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. So the question would be, if you're Cary, keep it on the ground, closing in on a couple hundred yards rushing in this game, and obviously Grena controlling the football, handling it as much as possible, even running for the Imps. But if you're Apex, how do you make your adjustment to try to stymie that?
Well, I think you just have to sell out and load the box to stop the run, and 2 plays in a row that they do it. Very minimal gains for Cary. There's Josiah Roulette, the senior linebacker, making 2 tackles in a row and really filling the lane to slow down Grena.
Got a Cougar player shaken up. Avion Perry it is, and will step aside while he gets attended to. Perry going to try to come to his feet here. And he does. He will walk off with a hobble on his own accord. That's a good sign. And if you're Apex, you certainly hope that he will be able to come back in short order. He is a real space eater, an excellent football player up front for Coach Fronk's team.
And he anchors the middle of the defensive line, and it's good that he's walking it off. He's a key piece. We're going to have to fill the gap of him being over on the sideline.
See Madison there. She'll take a look in. Let us know the injury situation on both sides of the trenches for Apex. A couple of linemen shaken up so far here in the second half. Now back to Grena. A bit of a busted play, and Grena able to turn it into a positive. He might have a first down.
And Cary's just churning out yards on the ground and just staying with the game plan, continuing to run the ball. This offensive line has done their job. Miscommunication, but this is Grena just doing it all by himself, and now results. They're going to have to pick up a yard to continue this drive.
It's going to be actually 4th and 1. Cary sideline says that Apex encroached. Fourth and 1. They'll pick up the first down as Stevens stays on his feet. He's fired up. And he earns the Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
And Stevens, such a physical runner up front. Tyler Evans, the center, and the rest of the O-line. Chohan, Unger, Evans, Roeder, Guzman, doing the job for the Imps.
Nick Greno's got a touchdown pass tonight. Chase Hart making the stop. Melvin. The Imps did not have a lot of designs on having Melvin carry the ball a lot tonight. He certainly has it, but he's basically been the backup to Stevens tonight rather than Ian Collier.
Well, and with him playing both ways, they've been trying to give him rest, spelling Stevens when he needs a break, and Melvin start on defense. But here's another big third down coming up for the Imps. They've had success on third down, continuing drives. I'd expect Grena to try to keep this in a run-pass option.
Collier, by the way, played at Apex on the JV team the last 2 years. Play clock dwindled down to 2. And they're not going to get the snap off. Or did they get the timeout? That is going to be the delay. Madison Little with an injury update for us.
Well, guys, Avion Perry is up and walking. It was his left ankle that was bothering him, but he seems ready to go back into the game. Jackson Stenger still does not have a shoe on. They taped up his left ankle as well, but still with the trainers. And Brady Matthews getting his right ankle taped. Didn't see anything too concerning with him, but he is with the trainers as well. I'll keep you updated as I find out more.
Grena, touchdown! And that time it is Korn. A Crossroads Ford touchdown. And the second toss tonight for Grena for 6. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
Well, Coleman Tyrants talked about Grena's ball placement, how accurate he is throwing the ball. And here, a little sprint out to the right. There's pressure. Apex clamping down on him as he throws it. And beautiful ball over the top to Korn. Look at this, he's on the run, sets his feet, gets hit. That's accurate right into the belly of Korn.
They're gonna have to go for 2 here after missing the extra point. Grena, and they string it out, so it'll remain a 5-point game. Cary leads for the first time tonight.
The Apex defense coming up strong on both 2-point conversion opportunities to only make it a 5-point deficit. This Cary offense, though, primarily they've kept the ball on the ground, and when they've had opportunities to throw it, they've connected twice. Grena through the air and Korn both catching touchdown passes, and Coleman Tyrants right now over on the sideline. His team's got a 5-point lead, some things they want to clean up. A couple penalties they didn't want, a couple adjustments, but right now they've got to be pleased how their teams come out here in the second half.
They got the stop defensively. A tackle for loss and then a sack on 3rd and 4th down with the ball at their own 20 against this Apex defense. And then here, march it down with Grena, and not only is he doing a lot of harm and damage with his legs, but showed the great arm for his second touchdown toss of the evening.
That puts a lot of pressure on the Apex defense with Grena running the football, and then you have the threat of the pass over the top. They're going to have to make decisions as far as how they play coverage in their defensive alignment.
It's time for the Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. From the 11. And that's going to be 18 yards on the return. Higdon making the tackle on special teams, number 11. He'll stay in out there defensively. Higdon's interesting because he plays soccer, as the coach put it, in his spare time. And he's also going to aviation school right now. He wants to be a pilot.
Pretty amazing story. Just hearing the off-the-field interest of these players and so many impressive kids that we get to cover.
So Apex comes out. Ball delivered over the middle. Piver. And he's going to have a first down. Pick up the Baker's dozen. And it'll yield Air Experts first down. Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com. Here's Caden Dupree, who's had a good night running the football.
Caden Dupree on the run for the Cougars. Tackle play by number 11, 5, number 15, Mike McDonald.
Higdon was in on that stop.
Gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6, Caden.
There's a pass too tall.
And they've had success with the zone read, the fake handoff, and then the pass. That one a bit too high for the Cougars. Another big third down coming up as this third quarter is starting to wind down.
In motion, Boone. Play clock to 2. Screen, and they misfire.
Credit to Cary's defensive line for quickly getting into the backfield and making it difficult for the throw. And now this defense, again, they're going to get off the field.
They're not the biggest group up front, but they're tenacious and they are quick.
Cary's defense, no returner, so they're playing it safe. They do not want to give up a fake in this situation, willing to let this ball roll if it's getting off.
Offsides, not going to be enough for a first down yardage-wise. But I think it does create a little bit of an interesting decision potentially if you're Apex. Do you send the offense back out?
Big penalty.
I mean, because now it is
this
fourth
is
and inches. Fourth and a yard, maybe less. They're going to stick with it and punt, though.
They're going to stay with it. Cary's got to stay true to their gaps with the possible fake. Yeah, Cary, I think, is going to call a timeout. Apex is going to make a decision here, and they change their mind.
So Apex burns the TL. That'll be their first of the half. Well, coming up next week, Friday Night Rivals back on our normal night. 7 o'clock, MyRDC, WRDC Sports, FNR, and it'll be Wake Forest against Leesville. Coming your way on the 29th. Rashad Streets for the Pride, one of the great edge rushers, and the always affable Reggie Lucas. Both teams started off the year 0-1. And it'll be myself with Madison, also All-American punter Andrew Bays. The Sundog will be on the ESPN beat. A little Thursday, Saturday action.
I'll miss you guys.
We'll miss you. We'll see you on the television, though.
All right, they're not going to kick it. They're going for it. I like the aggressiveness. Rob Franck going to trust his offense.
Big play here after the penalty. Flag comes in. Holes didn't get it. And I believe that was procedure.
Cary signaling it on Apex. Coleman Tyrants saying decline it.
How about that stop, though, by the Imps defensively?
That pretty good job up front, being physical, making the tackle. But I do like the play call from Apex, going for it and being aggressive. A false start on the Cougars.
But they'll turn it over on downs.
Eli Kane, number 4 for Cary. Great job being strong and holding on to make the play.
Here comes Grinna back. Ball squirts out. Was he ruled down, though? The whistle didn't blow despite Grinna appearing to be down. And it's going to be Apex ball.
Each team making big plays. Cary gets a stop on defense. And now Apex. They're just going to fight through, scrap through to try to make a play.
It's ripped out. The question is, was he already down? He did have a body under him, but was the lower half of his body already on the turf?
And Grenna just trying to fight for the extra yards.
So give it back to Apex here, a big turn for them. They'll go to the air. Caught, Boone. And Boone with some forward progress, fighting for yardage before Melvin was finally able, with some help, to wrestle him down. And that's a pickup of 8, make it 9.
And for Apex, you have to take advantage of this opportunity, getting the ball back. You're right around midfield. I think here, 2nd and short, I would look to go deep.
And a first down run. Caden Dupree continues to have a night where he feasts. Air Experts first down. Air Experts heating, cooling, and plumbing. Schedule your tune-up today at airexperts.com.
A lot of confidence in the running game. Rob Frank giving the ball to Dupree. Well over 15 carries on the night.
Molina, and he gives some second effort. Eli Kane again.
Kane's been a presence on the defensive line. Good job run stuffing again. His big number 4.
Pressure, throws, and it is off the hands of Piver. Atunku got to the quarterback. Nothing wrong with the pass. Piver just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, great pressure from Cary's defensive line. Atunku getting into the backfield, making it difficult as Holtz was throwing it. He took a big hit.
It was good pressure, but should have caught that ball, right?
And now it's going to force a 3rd and 6 coming up. And Cary showing a pressure look, no down defensive lineman. Everybody's standing up.
Here comes the heat. They dump it down. Boone down the sideline. He has a first.
He's so quick, and I like the misdirection from Apex. The pressure coming. Holtz gets rid of it quickly. Fake zone read. Boone comes across the line of scrimmage, out into the flat, and does the rest with his legs.
Picks up about a dozen. And it's going to be a first down inside the 20. Tackled at the 17. So now the Cougars have made their way to the Reel It In red zone with saltwater, seafood, and fry shack. From boat to bite, done right.
As the clock's ticking down here to the fourth quarter. May have been the last play. They've really relied on that zone read. Holst pulled the ball, though, had a solid gain, picking up 6 yards.
And that'll do it for the third. Cary has the lead, but it's precarious at this point. Inside the red zone for Apex. And we'll come back for the fourth. The Old Wake rivalry, the Centennial celebration right here, Riddle and Riddle, Friday Night Rivals, presented by the University of North Carolina. I would try to play a few games here.
Cary leads by 5 as we head into the fourth quarter here at Wake Med Soccer Park. And now I am joined by 2 Apex graduates and former teammates of head coach Rob Gronk. I have Joey Powell and Chris Lassiter with me. What do you guys remember about playing in this rivalry back in your day?
I just remember the preparation being so much more intense than most weeks. There was a lot more work than play, and on game day, it was just a ride.
Well, he says the preparation was the key to winning these games. How do you think Rob Gronk prepared his guys?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it's been circled on their calendar since the beginning of the season. I think it's always a big week. The entire town's behind you. He's just getting them ready for the big moments.
And I know he kind of had some big plays in these games. What do you guys remember about Rob Gronk playing in this rivalry?
Well, Rob Gronk actually has a history of making huge plays in Apex Cary games. If I recall, he made the game-winning touchdown his junior year.
What about you?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the opening play his senior year, he scored a touchdown. So yeah, he's a touchdown machine against Cary.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'll head it back up to the booth with Jay and Patrick.
All right, thank you. And the Imps defensively coming through big again in the red zone. That time, Donald Haley able to get to Hulls. And Haley, of course, brothers played at NC State, so one of them currently there. Had 12 tackles, 3 tackles for loss a year ago, and he comes up with a big play there.
Rylan Van, Davin Van from NC State, and Donald Haley coming away with a huge sack.
Field goal up. Field goal is good to cut it to 2. So Malowski answers the bell and comes through with the field goal. Cary still has the lead.
That was a booming kick, and the Cougars, after the sack, needed a big play. They got some points from Malowski. We thought this would be a close ball game here as we start the fourth quarter. Both teams played so hard. It's going to come down to execution, though, here in the fourth. Which team can limit mistakes and who can create the big play?
I think the kicking question just got answered for Apex.
Oh, there's a range on that one.
So Malowski will be out to kick it off here. Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. Angling down, inside the 5 from the 3. And a good return, still on his feet. Across midfield, Spivey So Jalen Spivey brings it back 51 yards. Check that, it's going to be a 46-yard return. Still pretty darn impressive.
Spivey following the blockers in front. They get impact on defense and special teams.
Pistol look here, Grinna, and they'll go up the gut. Imps have dropped 3 in a row in this series. They have 50 victories, 29 for Apex. There have been 3 ties, and again, 5 games where no official result. We know the games were played, we just don't know who got the victory. And I'm sure both sides will claim them, but
yeah, each side was 5-0.
The Imps trying to snap a losing streak to their rival here. Stevens throws the block. Grinna darts around. Flag in. Going to be a hold. To that point, the Imps have also done a better job. 6 penalties in the first half. They've cleaned that up a lot here after halftime.
They have. They've limited those mistakes. This one comes back.
And we've got an injured player down for, that's Spivey, it looks like, for the Imps. Apex, coached by Bob Wolf all those years. He was another guy that took over the program, and after many losing seasons, built it into a winner. 94 to 2011. He's coached the most games in this series of 18. Imps, by the way, are looking for their first winning season since 2011. They finished 9-3 that year and beat Apex that season, 34-0. Ben Kolstad was the coach then.
Jalen Spivey is down on the field.
Eric Roy will step into the defensive secondary. Michael Wallace split out. Korn also over the top of your screen. Pressure from behind. Stevens throws the block. Ball in the air, and it will be incomplete. The flag comes in. Korn got entangled with the defender. And it was deemed that Korn was interfered with. A little bit of a tough break there for Johnson. After the hold, they'll walk this off. And the interference will make it a short yards to go play here. Second and less than a yard. Actually, they'll say it was enough for a first down. Grinna, oh, what a block by Stevens. Grinna fighting his way to the 35. That's a tough 7-yard pickup. How about that block from Stevens, though, Sonny?
Tony Stevens, we've seen him be physical running the ball here. fake handoff and does the job, clearing out a path. Nice job clearing the lane. Then Grena doing what he does best, finding that gap, falling forward. Positive gain with 6 yards on first down.
He popped Taz Clayton to Stevens, now to Melvin. And Melvin inside the 30. First down upcoming. Arthritis knee and pain center's first down. Arthritis knee pain relief without surgery or opioids.
Another tackle from Josiah Roulette, the linebacker, the senior, slowing down Grena. This Cary offense giving the ball back to their quarterback. They called his number throughout the night with those zone reads, letting him take it all the way.
Apex was up at the half. They trail by 2. Cary. Melvin determined. Melvin last year had a touchdown on 7 attempts in this game. The loss at Apex.
Melvin, that's a good 1-2 punch with him and Stevens in the backfield.
Melvin stays out there. Grena slicing his way. Grena, nicely done as he punches it up for a first down, and they make their way into the reel-it-in red zone with Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack. From boat to bite, done right.
For Cary right now, they're just churning the ball on the ground, using the clock. Nice blocking for not only the offensive line, their running backs and their wide receivers on the outside.
Down at the 12, Grena has been a magician tonight running the ball. He has a couple of touchdown passes. They come back with Stevens. It's a pickup of a handful.
If you're Cary, no reason to rush to the line of scrimmage. You have the 2-point lead. You're inside the 10-yard line. Right at about 8.5 minutes left. You want to limit the possessions for Apex. Where they are just going slow. Using the play clock, letting it wear down.
Grena cuts it in. Grena to the goal line. Did he break the play? No. Stopped at the 1. It's a gain of 7.
He fights for extra yards. And here's the contact, falls forward. That was a nice play from Apex coming through with the initial hit. Cary's got themselves a physical quarterback.
First and goal. Grena into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown of the night and his first on the ground. A Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more.
And Cary's going to come out, kick the extra point. What a job from Grena on the drive. Going left, going up the middle, going right. They've used all their play calls on this drive with Grena running the ball. This is a quarterback designed run. Follows Stevens. There's his brother on the outside with the block. He's going to have a big season. What a way to start his senior year with his play tonight.
First chance for the junior Kern on an extra point.
It's a big one to make a 2-score game.
That's going to be another encroachment, appears, against the Cougars. If that is the case, up 8, do you go for 2 or do you kick it? It did not work at the end of the half. No, it's going to actually be on the Imps.
Say on the Cary. That changes the question, but here now, I think you've got to kick it. This is a big one to make it 2 scores. If you can connect to make it 19-10.
So it becomes a 25-yarder all of a sudden. Good snap. Grinna places it. No problem. So Kern makes it a 2-score game. 8 minutes remain. It's been the Grinna show tonight. A trio of scores as Cary tries to halt a 3-game slide to their rival. Well, Saturday Night Lights, week 1 of the high school football season, our earliest FNR broadcast in the franchise history. It's pretty exciting to be here
fun.
at week 1. I like it.
Great game, great weather. Usually we're sweating this time of the year.
Yeah, usually it's the air you can wear in August. Well, it's time now for our Legacy Construction and Roofing kickoff. Legacy Construction and Roofing, always here when you need us. Been a good game plan on the night for Cary. We've dictated the pace. A short kick, though, and this could be an opportunity for Apex. Cougars down 9, coming out with the offense.
Apex has plenty of time. The pressure is on their side, though. They're going to have to move quickly, execute, and have trust that their offensive line can hold up, with Holst primarily going to have to throw the ball to get things going. I think they're going to have to start playing up-tempo to try to create a spark on offense.
Holes on the run. It's incomplete. That pressure up front is really bothering them.
This Cary defensive line has played really well tonight. There's a group of seniors and also underclassmen on that line as we get an injury.
Skylar Joyner shaken up. So they're attending to the injured imp. And Thursday, Apex will be at Fuquay Arena. And it'll be a trip to Athens Drive for Cary next Friday. So a really short turnaround for Apex. But still a lot of game to be played, but they've got to make up, at this point, 2 scores. So Skyland Joyner, the senior, shaken up.
Round of applause, the injured imp, number 25, Skyland Joyner.
And it comes off. Apex was ready to go. Bob Frank. I mentioned Bob Wolf. He says he was a mentor and has been a mentor. Plenty of time through the air, complete sideline Piver. He's had a heck of a night.
He's played really well. This was a nice throw from Holst. Those two have had the connection. But now 3rd down. This is 4-down territory for Apex.
Ball just inside the 40. Trips to the right of the formation. Complete. Piver again. First down, close to midfield.
Kyle Holt's pass complete again to number 15, Dylan Piver.
Nice, easy route and zone coverage from Piver. Holtz comfortable with time to throw. Little fake up the middle. Easy pitch and catch. Now the ball at midfield.
Clean pocket again. Incomplete that time.
I think for Cary here, you've got to rely on your defensive line to get pressure, let your linebackers and secondary play deep, fall back in coverage, and then you can't give up the big play. Keep everything in front and just force the offense to use time off the clock. Try to get deep down in distance situations.
This time the pressure comes. Holtz takes off, slides, shy of the first down, but
Quarterback Kyle Holtz scrambles.
it'll bring up third down and manageable.
And the clock continues to run. It's going to be inside of 7 minutes. And Apex, you got 2 downs to pick this up.
Holtz airs it out, downfield, too long, out of the reach of Roy.
Incomplete pass.
Amari Durham on coverage.
They're going for it all, and I like the call. Seeing there was an opportunity on the outside, just not able to connect, but now it makes it a play of the game here on 4th and 5.
Sewell back in. Kane, who's played well tonight, out.
Cary showing pressure.
Take the handoff. Downfield. Piver was the intended receiver, but overshot.
Incomplete pass. That's a turnover on downs. Cary football.
And Cary looked like they were bringing the blitz, disguised it, then fell back into zone coverage. Good job blanketing the wide receivers and making it difficult on the offense.
Boy, it's been such a big offseason for Kyle Holtz, and thrown to the Wolves last year in many ways as a sophomore. He would have wanted that one back. So it's going to be Grenna back out there now. Breaks a tackle. Here comes a flag.
Quarterback keeper by Nick Grenna.
Grenna into Apex territory.
There's going to be a hold on this play, but for Cary, you just keep the ball on the ground, stay in bounds, try to use this clock and give it to your best player in Grenna.
This is actually going to be against the Cougars.
Personal foul.
What's interesting, that came also during the play. You don't see that called a lot during live action necessarily.
Cary playing with all the momentum now. Get a fresh set of downs. The ball at the 32-yard line.
Well, the Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. 6.5 to go. Stevens upended. This play by Tyler Lay.
He's played really well tonight.
Stevens.
And Apex going to call a timeout to stop the clock and regroup as Cary's driving.
That's their second. We'll break with them. 19-10, Cary. Riddle and Riddle, FNR, presented by the University of North Carolina. So after the timeout by Apex, it'll be Cary Grenna coming to the controls.
If you're a defender, you've got to sell out for a turnover here. Try to get the ball back to your offense.
Stevens, change of direction, but he'll be chased down. And a really nice play there up front. TJ Johnson with the stop in the backfield. JT Thompson. And Apex burning a timeout here, Sonny, leaving him with none.
Right now in this situation, trying to stop the clock, get a stop, and then give your offense as much time as possible. And this offense can move quick, but they're going to have to protect up front. For Cary, it's all about ball security. Hold on to the ball. Don't throw it. Keep it on the ground. And you've had success with number 3 running the ball all night. And really in this situation, 3rd and 5, depending on what happens here, they may keep the offense out on the field if they don't pick it up, because this is too far for a field goal potentially.
Third down 6. Grenna, big block. Grenna, the first down.
Tony Stevens is a heck of a player. Well, this block just depleted the defender, then Grenna takes off. And now puts Apex in a tough situation. Watch number 2, fake handoff, boom. Great shot there, and then Grenna falls right off his hip. That's how you draw it up. Cary's been physical all night long, having so much success on the ground because of the town of Grenna, but also the teamwork of this O-line, running backs, and wide receivers, all working together.
Arthritis Knee and Pain Center's first down. Arthritis knee, pain relief without surgery or opioids. Grenna staying on his feet.
For Apex's defense, I just mentioned it, it's about getting turnovers. Difficult with Cary protecting the ball, but you've got to sell out to try to dislodge it, knock it loose, and create a spark.
Rain's starting to fall here. Inside the red zone. Reel it in red zone with Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack. From boat to bite, done right.
Apex can't stop the clock using all their timeouts. They've got to do everything they can to stop Cary here.
Let's go to Madison.
Well, guys, in that previous drive by this Cary offense, Nick Grenna came off getting lots of high fives, but he walked up to Tony Stevens and he says, hey, dude, this is working. I'm just going to keep following you. And we are seeing that right now. Those two, a dynamic duo on offense.
Really are. Defense has been really solid tonight for the Imps, but in many ways, this offense and the way they've run the football has been a great defense for them. And that will bring up a fresh set of downs, I believe.
Well, they've really complemented each other well. With their offense's ability to run the ball, it's been able to give the defense a rest. And then when the defense has been out on the field, they've been strong up front. Here's Grenna again reaching the ball out to make sure he picked up the first down.
Another first down for Arthritis Knee and Pain Centers. Nick Grenna has been magnificent tonight orchestrating this offense. A touchdown on the ground, 2 passes for scores tonight. And Grenna to Stevens. And Tony Stevens sniffing pay dirt.
Well, we talked at the opening of the broadcast about what a win tonight would do for each program. And I think for Cary here, if they hold on, things are looking good for the Imps. This would be a big way, a big momentum boost from all the work in the offseason to start off the season with a big win over your rival.
Stevens, will he get in? No signal yet. Down at the 1. And no, a late signal, they say touchdown. So Tony Stevens, just 14 yards rushing a season ago, gets his first touchdown as an imp.
He's played amazing tonight, and those physical tough yards in between the tackles, he's excelled at. Just driving his feet, staying low, and reaching that ball out on the goal line. You can see it reaching at the last moment, getting it across.
So the Crossroads Ford touchdown. Crossroads Ford, the Ford store that gives you more. Declined here. It's because of an illegal substitution on Apex. It's been waved off. The touchdown will stand. 25-10. And the kick upcoming from John Kern. Oh, and it's blocked. Nice work by Apex. McDougal coming up with the block. Well, one of the greats in Cary football taking in the game tonight. Josh Adams is here. Here he is, 240 yards for Cary in 05. 37 carries, 222 yards in 04. He has the second and third highest individual rushing games in this rivalry series. Played at Wake Forest here tonight, and he's got to like what he sees.
Yeah, highly recruited, went to Wake Forest, had a great career. What he was able to do in high school, though, was dominant in this area, and wearing his game jersey from back in the day.
Fits him like a glove still.
I know, he was. Cheers on the running backs. You can see him get excited when they run the ball.
I think he's probably been a little excited about Grenna's play tonight, too.
I mean, they've been physical. I just like how they've had success on the ground. They just continue to attack and not try to change up the game plan.
Here's the question. If you put on 91, would it fit like a glove?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I've set you up there for success.
Yeah, you threw me a layup there.
I did.
Fastball down the middle.
Never let it be said I'm not a good partner for you.
I appreciate you. Cary's sidelines very happy with this performance. Except for the penalties.
Another flag. You know, but if you're Cary, up 2 scores, 3:23 to go. And if you're able to hold on, there's still some things you can coach to if you're this staff to keep your team's attention, because you know they're going to be elated if they can hold on and get the victory.
Yeah, well, you're going to dive into the film every week after a ball game, but it feels so much better after a win. And as a coaching staff of Coleman Tyrants, you know, they can enjoy this, but also go back and say, hey, listen, if we want to reach our goals for this year, we've got to clean up the penalties. We've got to protect the ball. We've got to play better overall if we want to continue to surge and reach the levels we want to. But it's a whole heck of a lot better watching the film after you win. And they're going to feel good about this one, how they played overall in first game of the year, what they've been able to do against their rival.
Short kick after the penalty. And the ball returned, chased down along the far sideline. Boone. Higdon again. So from the 30, they'll start first at 10-3-18. There's still a lot of time in this thing, though, and it's only 2 scores. Holes on the run. His defender stumbled, or his receiver stumbled, and was almost picked off. That's another one that was in and out of the hands of Spinks. A tough break there because he had Piver wide open, and with some of the raindrops that fell, you have to wonder how slick this field might be. Second and 10. Almost intercepted again. McDonald in coverage. Almost picked it off.
Cary just sitting back, trying to make a big play, and Apex is going to have to throw it. Nice job reading it by McDonald.
Well, they're going to Piver every time, and Cary has figured that out. Somebody else is going to have to step up receiving. Piver's had a great game, but somebody else is going to have to make a play if they're going to stage a comeback here. Another one that was dropped. Landed Corley that time, and Higdon almost had the pick.
These linebackers for Cary have been active. Again, good job in space, just not able to hold on to it. You want to hold on to it there, but still, they've been in the right position on these passing plays. Good job by Higdon.
Here goes Holes down the sideline. Incomplete. They'll turn it over on downs. And that is a big moment there for this Cary defense, which has answered the bell all night. You see their student section donned in black. And at the Apex 30, best starting field position for the Imps tonight. So we can't thank the folks here, Wake County, the folks at First Horizon Stadium here at Wake Med Soccer Park. They've been tremendous hosts, and they had a big soccer event here today. All the top teams from around the state were participating on the auxiliary fields this afternoon, and it was run very, very smoothly, the entire operation.
This has been awesome, and just great place to cover football, and these two teams have really played hard tonight, and a lot of fun starting the season here at Wake Med Soccer Park.
It's been absolutely amazing. Our crew, as always, stellar. And Grenna going to bring up third down. Well, let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Here earlier on, Cary did a nice job with their pressure all night long. Anthony Atunku made the hit, and then it was Cary hustling over to the football, and Elias Sewell, the defensive tackle, picking it up.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Graham Bashore, this ball is fumbled as we're back to live action. Cary able to hang on with Melvin diving on it. Minute 7. Going to be fourth down.
For Apex, this is going to be tough. I mean,
they got no timeout. Yeah, stop the clock.
I mean, just overall, you're going to start off the season here against your rival. It's not gone the way you wanted it to, but you're going to have to regroup from this, learn from this ball game, and quickly turn your attention to the rest of your schedule. And for Cary, this is the perfect start to the season. Mistakes were made. We'll address those, get those cleaned up. But coming here, with this type of ball game, with this stage, to have the support from your fans and come through for them with a win, that's what all these guys worked so hard in the offseason for.
Well, we showed you the new conferences earlier. They're in the triangle 6A, 7A. And you look who they're in there with. I mean, Gibbons automatically jumps out. Holly Springs, Sanderson, who thumped Wake Forest last night, Middle Creek. And that's the quad 7, 8A. That's where Apex resides with Friendship. But you look at that, Felton Grove not playing varsity this year. They're playing JV. So they'll actually have an extra off week if you're Cary later in the season. But when you just look at that new conference, Cary, what they've done here tonight, what do you think?
I think Cary, with their ability to run the ball and stop the run, this is a team that can be dangerous. With Grenna at quarterback, Stevens, Melvin running the ball, and that front seven, if you've got an offensive line and a defensive line in the running game, you're going to give yourself a chance in every game.
Grenna trying to ice it. And he'll do just that. Moves the chains, and it'll be victory formation time as they punch it into the red zone. And for the Imps, 3 years of frustration about to come to an end.
Yeah, this is going to be a satisfying win. The way they were able to accomplish the victory here today, again, being physical, winning with the running game along the line of scrimmage, and Coleman Tyrants embracing right now what this game means to him and these players. And here's the Bath.
It has not been an easy road for the Imps. Just one win in each of the last couple of seasons.
Hey, they got him.
Yeah.
They didn't miss.
And Coach Tyrants, every time we've talked to him, doesn't say anything negative. It's always positive.
Yeah.
It's always about the student athletes. You got to feel really great for Cary and their coach, Coleman Tyrants. Gets his second win against his rival, and for Coach Frank, a lot to work on as they head into a short week. We'll come back with some words from the field from Madison and the winning coach when we return. What a win for the Imps on Friday Night Rivals. They win it by 2 scores. There it is, the ice-cold bath afterwards and the scream of elation. Very happy Coleman Tyrants and a bunch of happy Imps. And McDonald, who Coach Tyrants was getting into during the game, the first to celebrate with him. Let's go to a celebration on the field for the Imps with Madison.
Well, Coach, a huge win after 3 years of frustration. We saw that ice bath. We saw a range of emotion. What are you feeling right now?
I'm happy, but I'm happy for these guys. I think some people counting this out. They worked hard. They believe in each other. First half, we talked about it inside the locker room as far as let it go. Second half, we came the ball.
And a huge win for this group of seniors. We talked about it earlier this week. This is the first win over Apex for this 2026 class. What does it mean to be able to bring them to that win?
Well, they talked about it, and we had old players come back. They wanted to do it. We got out healthy, and dogs eat. Dogs eat.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations. Here's your trophy. Celebrate with your guys.
That's it. Dogs eat. What a celebration for the Imps. Man, what a victory for them tonight.
Hey, what a saying for all of us. Dogs eat, baby. And the Imps came out here and in a ball game on this stage, they wanted this ball game. You could see how much it means to them, and all that hard work paid off, and they performed. First game of the ball season, and Coleman Tyrants and his team played together, made some mistakes that they'll learn from. But the style that they played with tonight is a winning formula as they move forward into the future.
And they said, even though this is an Apex home game, this is our backyard. And they come through with the victory tonight. All of us would like to take a moment to thank our wonderful sponsors, the wonderful folks, Riddle & Riddle, University of North Carolina, Affordable Dentures, and Tatum & Atkinson, who make these games possible. For viewers at home, We'd also like to thank our great supporters for their contributions to our Friday Night Rivals telecasts. Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, Air Experts Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Saltwater Seafood and Fry Shack, Crossroads Ford, Legacy Construction and Roofing, NHTSA, and NCDHHS. And we'd especially like to thank our participating high schools and their administrators for their support, Cary High School and host Apex High School. Tune in next Friday when the Wake Forest Cougars take on the Leesville Road Pride. We'll have it for you at 7 o'clock, Friday Night Rivals. For the incomparable Jay Sonholder, the industrious Madison Little, and our fantastic crew, I'm Patrick Johnson. Cary gets their 51st victory in the Centennial celebration year over the rival Apex. Good night from Cary.